Hey everybody, how's it going? Ricky with Arbonne here, and I do a lot of self-development and through my business. It's something that I've learned through that, which is super awesome, and I love sharing with my teammates and others on what I do on a daily basis, and I'm always looking for new things just to keep it fresh and, keep it from getting boring or dull. I do daily affirmations, so those are obviously always changing. I have little note cards that I put out the days of the week, and then I pull those and I write out 5 affirmations for that specific day. So I was just reading through and looking at some blogs and stuff, and someone had posted questions, beautiful questions to ask yourself. And I thought, oh wow, this is such a cool concept because we ask people questions all the time. How are they doing? And we do our best to fill each other's cups, but we don't ask ourselves the same question and really get to know the real answer. So some of those questions that I saw were, what would you do if you knew that you couldn't fail? And that really spoke to me because, so many times, especially in my business, we get distracted by the fear that, it's not going to work out and we're going to fail. And a lot of people, when they're asked to join my Arbonne business, they have those thoughts too, like, oh, I could never do something like that. Like, I wouldn't want to fail. But failure, the only time you fail is whenever you quit. If you keep going and you keep following the process of whatever you're doing, and you're consistent with that, eventually you will be very successful with that. And when you become successful, there are other things to look forward to keep striving for. So you never truly fail until you just absolutely quit. So that is something really great to look forward to. Another question was, who thinks you're beautiful and amazing when you wake up in the morning? And, that spoke to me too, because most of the time we look for someone else to give us that confidence and just pour into us that, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so wonderful. You're doing such a great job. But you guys, we need to pour into ourselves and tell ourselves that. So, if you don't have someone right now that, you're waking up to, or you don't get text messages in the morning that say, oh, good morning, beautiful, or whatnot, pour into yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There was a time in my life where I didn't have that from anyone, and I would have loved for someone to give me that advice of tell yourself that you're beautiful, tell yourself that you're wonderful, and that's what we do with those daily affirmations. And the next question was, how are you doing really? We ask everyone, how you doing? People ask us, how you doing? Oh, we're fine, we're great, and that's not true all the time. So ask yourself, how am I doing really? And journal that and really get to the root of, if there's something bothering you, if you're having anxiety, if you get to the root of that, then it's really easy to make changes in your life to fix those issues. So then whenever someone asks you, how are you doing? And you say, I'm fantastic, then it's true. How would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do? You guys, if I was the best in the world at my Arbonne business, dude, I would be on fire. I would have all of these people on my team. I would be a executive national vice president. But the reality is I'm not there yet, and that's okay. Like, I will be. And even when I get to that point, I'm not going to be the best in the world at what I do. And that's okay too, because in this business, in life in general, you are going to trip. You're going to make mistakes, but it's what you do after that. Whether you get back up and you just keep on going. I am a clumsy person, so I'll give you this as an example. And I fall and bump into things all the time. And for some people, that could be really super embarrassing. For me, I laugh it off and just keep going about my day. And, it's not a big deal until you make it a big deal. So, I would say just, keep going with life. And when something knocks you down, just get right back up. There's no harm in stumbling. There's no harm in falling. Like I said, the future is determined exactly based on what you do after that. Your reaction to whatever that may be. The next is, are you finding your dream job or are you creating it? And I thought that was really huge too, because, everyone is always looking for something better, but you're never going to find the something better that you truly want. You have to create that for yourself. And in my business, that is what I'm doing. It is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You see music artists and actors and things like that. Take Sylvester Stallone's story, for example. He was trying and trying and trying to become an actor. He wrote Rocky, I think, in like 30 minutes. And he had to sell his sweet dog because he needed food to be able to feed himself. Like, that's how hard up he was. But that was something that he was so passionate about, and he wanted it so bad. He worked so hard, and he created it for himself. So, when you're sitting here at your job or whatever, because I know how that feels to sit there and be like, oh, I don't want to be here. You have to find something that you're passionate about and go for it. And you might have to take a different vehicle to do so. Just like I am with my business. My Arbonne business is great and I love it, and I'm passionate about helping others, which I get to do that in my business. But there are other ways that I want to help others. I'm just using this Arbonne vehicle to then further what I can do to help other people. The next question was, if there was a solution to your anxiety, what would that look like? Like, how would it look if there was a solution to your anxiety? Happiness is a choice. So put yourself in positions to always be happy. That is one thing that you can do. Use your resources. Talk to someone. Talk to anyone for that matter. When you have things that are so heavy on your heart and you just talk to someone, it relieves so much of that stress and anxiety that you're feeling inside. If you feel like you're just running around crazy and never getting anything that you need to get done, then maybe you need to look into more time management skills to be able to work through your day and get the things done that you want to get done so you don't have that anxiety. Just use your resources. And every morning when you wake up, make it a point to be happy. Put a smile on your face, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am great, I am wonderful. And when you have that happiness and joy, whether it's forced or not, when you see yourself in that mirror and you see that smile on your face, instantly your body is going to just release that tension. The next question is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? And you guys, this is always super scary. And I think about last year when my boyfriend and I went on vacation and he wanted to do this zip line. So I'm super afraid of roller coasters. It makes me just sick kind of to my stomach. I get vertigo really easily. And I'm afraid of falling. I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but I'm afraid of falling. So I was like, okay. So I analyzed the situation and he was going to do it with or without me. And I thought, well, I'm not going to let him have all the fun without me. So I did it, and I did it for the first time, and you guys, it was so invigorating. Like, the first couple seconds when it started, I was kind of terrified, and then once I really just like opened my eyes and let go, and I was just like, this is awesome. And so when you do things for the first time, it is really scary at first, but if you can trick your mind into saying, you know what, this is going to be fun, I'm excited, instead of, oh, this is going to be horrible and I'm nervous, like your body reacts the same way. It's just what your brain is telling you. So go out there and do those things that you've never done before. And it may not be, zip lining or skydiving. It may be, going and getting on stage and singing in front of people. Do a karaoke bar or something. Or it might be something simple as, like, in my business, like asking someone that I haven't asked to check this Arbonne business out, that, I've just been afraid to do that. Like, do it anyway. And just get yourself really excited and happy about it, and tell yourself that the outcome is going to be tremendous. And 9 times out of 10, it will be. And if it's not, that's okay. Just keep moving forward. Okay, let's see. I think I have a couple more. So what would it look like, what would your successful rock star idol, whoever that may be, do? Like, what would they do in any situation where you become like, oh, I could never do that. That's just not for me. I'm just not that kind of person. We are all that type of people to be successful. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you. So you can't hide behind that excuse and sit in your, comfort zone. You can't hide behind that, because we are all made to be successful. We all have a purpose. God put us here to not just exist, but to live and to thrive. Like, He wants us to have this amazing life, and He wants us to live it to the fullest. So what are the successful people that you look up to in life? What are they doing? Like, model that. There's nothing wrong with being a copycat. And, you can do that until you find your own way. You can model what they do until you find your own way, until you find your niche, until you have that confidence to say, I'm going to do it like this. And you get to show other people that, are going to be idolizing you and watching you, because they're so inspired by what you've done. I'm sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. Why are you worth knowing? That's something that's super cool. Like, everybody wants to, have this amazing following and all this, but why are you worth knowing? We really need to get to know ourselves, instead of like being what we think everybody else wants us to be. We need to know our worth and what we have to bring to the table. So find that out. Journal it, write it down, and really dig in deep. So that way you can become this awesome person that everybody wants to know. I'm working on my personal development because I want people to know who I am and know and love me and want to be a part of this organization that I am building. And I feel like I have a lot to bring to the table. I am worth knowing. I'm a happy person. I try to help people and grow people as much as I can. That's my passion. That's my purpose. I definitely know that. So just really get to know who you are and show that to people. Show the value that you have in yourself to others, and they will value you as well. What or who lights you up? What lights your fire? Who just sets your soul on fire? When they come into a room, you're like, oh, yes, thankfully they're here. Or what things can you do that just really bring that positive vibe to your heart, and just your soul just lights up like that. I know for me, whenever I hear successful people talk about being successful, whenever I go to church and we sing and we're worshiping through song, those are the things that really light me up. So find those and really make sure that you're putting yourself in a position where those things are just pouring into your life. And the last one is, how do you treat people who can do nothing for you? And that's super important, guys. That has a lot to do with integrity, and I am super big on integrity. I treat everyone with respect, no matter what. I treat everyone with care, no matter what. I will invest business-wise into you as much as you're willing to invest in yourself. So that's a little bit different, but I will still love everyone equally. I will do anything in my power to uplift everyone. I'm not the type of person that's just going to hold your hand through everything. But if you're on fire, I'm on fire. That's another thing that lights me up, is to see people that really want to build themselves and they really want to be successful. I will pour into those people all day long. And those others that are still trying to find their way, I will pour into those people too, by different means. I will do everything that I can to empower others. I really love doing that. I really love showing people that they are valuable, that they are worth everything that God has for them. This life, we only have one, and we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care and love each other. So with that being said, I will quote Ellen DeGeneres, and I will be out with saying, let's be kind to one another. See ya.